High above the world, where the clouds meet the mountain tops, lies a realm of perpetual mist and emerald green. The cloud forest, it's a magical place, shrouded in mystery, where life hums in a constant, damp embrace. In the heart of this ethereal landscape lived a herd of elephants, their ancient wisdom as deep as the valleys they roamed. Among them was a little one named Elara, a baby elephant with eyes full of wonder and a spirit as restless as the swirling mists. One morning, as the sun's first rays struggled to pierce the thick canopy, Elara spotted a butterfly unlike any she had ever seen. Its wings shimmered with the colors of 1,000 hidden rainbows. Mesmerized, she forgot her mother's gentle warnings to stay close. With a happy little trumpet, she trotted after the dazzling creature, her small feet padding softly on the moss-covered ground. Deeper and deeper she went, the familiar sounds of her herd fading behind her, replaced by the strange and wonderful symphony of the cloud forest. The butterfly led her on a merry chase, fluttering over giant ferns and under looping vines. Finally, it danced up a colossal mossy tree and vanished into the leaves. Elara looked around, her heart giving a little thump of excitement. But then, a different feeling crept in. The air was thick with the scent of damp earth and unknown flowers. The trees towered over her like silent, watching giants. She was alone. A small, worried rumble escaped her. She was lost. Panic began to set in, but just as a tear welled in her eye, a flash of scarlet zipped past her nose. Perched on a nearby branch was a quetzal, its feathers a brilliant cascade of emerald and ruby. The bird tilted its head, its bright eyes seeming to understand. "Lost, little one," it chirped, its voice like tiny bells. Elara nodded, her trunk drooping. The quetzal, whose name was Kale, fluffed his chest. "Don't you worry," he sang. "The forest has many eyes and ears. We will help you." With Kale as her guide, Elara began her journey. Her first encounter was with a troop of howler monkeys, whose booming calls echoed through the mist. At first, their noise was frightening, but Kale assured her they were just announcing their presence. The lead monkey, a wise old male with a gravelly voice, listened to her story. He pointed with a long finger. "The herd passed by the crystal stream this morning," he growled. "Follow the water, and you may find their tracks." Thanking the monkeys, Elara and Kale followed the sound of trickling water until they reached a glistening stream. The water was so clear she could see every colorful pebble on the bottom. Here, she met a family of capybaras, the world's largest rodents, calmly munching on water hyacinths. They were gentle creatures, and the mother capybara nudged Elara softly with her nose. "We saw your family," she murmured. "They were heading towards the Sunstone Ridge, where the sweetest bamboo grows. But be careful, the path can be tricky." The path to Sunstone Ridge was indeed tricky. It grew steeper, and the mist became thicker. Elara's small legs began to ache. She was starting to feel discouraged, the hope in her heart dimming like the fading daylight. She sat down with a heavy sigh, feeling very small and very far from home. Kale landed on her head, gently preening her fuzzy hair. "Courage, little friend," he whispered. "Look who's here to help." From the shadows of the giant tree ferns, a pair of glowing eyes appeared. It was a jaguar, sleek and powerful, its spotted coat a perfect camouflage in the dappled light. Elara trembled, remembering the stories of the great hunters of the night. But this jaguar, a female named Exgel, moved with a quiet grace. She'd heard the forest whispers about the lost elephant calf. "The ridge is dangerous in the mist," she said, her voice a low, rumbling purr. "I know a safer way. I will guide you." Trusting the jaguar, Elara followed. Exgel moved with a silent confidence that was strangely calming. She led them through secret paths, under ancient stone arches, and across rickety vine bridges that swayed in the wind. The jaguar, the bird, and the baby elephant, an unlikely trio, journeyed together as twilight painted the sky in shades of purple and orange. Excel's presence kept other, more dangerous predators at bay. She was the queen of this forest, and the little elephant was under her protection. As they climbed higher, the air grew cooler. Finally, through a break in the clouds, Ella saw it, Sunstone Ridge, glowing warmly in the last light of day. And on the ridge, she saw familiar, large, grey shapes. Her heart leaped. With a loud, joyful trumpet that echoed across the valley, she began to run. Her mother, who had been pacing worriedly, heard her call. A series of thunderous, relieved trumpets answered back. Elara crashed into her mother's legs, pressing close to her familiar, comforting warmth. The whole herd surrounded her, their trunks gently caressing her, rumbling with affection and relief. She turned to thank her guides. Exgel the jaguar gave a slow, knowing blink and melted back into the shadows. Kale the quetzal circled above her one last time, a flash of rainbow against the darkening sky, before soaring off into the canopy. That night, tucked safely in the middle of the herd, Elara looked up at the stars, peeking through the mist. She was no longer just a curious baby elephant. She was Elara, the friend of the quetzal and the jaguar, the explorer of the cloud forest. She had been lost, and she had been scared. But she had also been brave. She learned that even in the vast, mysterious wilderness, you are never truly alone. The forest had its own family, and for one incredible day, she had been a part of it. And as she drifted off to sleep, she knew she would carry the magic of her adventure in her heart forever.